Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's beauty blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to this video. So today's video is all about the limited edition Rouge Noir Confidence eye and cheek palette from Chanel. This is a limited edition, and after this arrived, I fell head over heels in love with it. I was already in love with it from the pictures, but once it was in my hands and I started playing with it, I am just over the moon happy with this. I have to tell you, pink palette of my dreams. So if you were on the fence about this palette, if you were my shade twin and you're wondering how to use these, if you have it, or if you're wondering if these colors will look good on you, then stay tuned for this makeup application because I am wearing all 4 colors on my eyes. This is the eye look I created. And I am wearing 2 of the colors on my cheeks as blush. This palette is gorgeous, and I wanted to do a dedicated video to it today because, like I said, it is limited edition in case you're on the fence, because it is pretty much sold out at all retailers except for Chanel.com. You could possibly go to your local Chanel boutique, your local Bloomingdale's, your local Nordstroms, and see if they have it in store, because all my Nordstroms around me, even for the .coms, they're also, the whole collection is sold out. They do have it in other states. So that's why I wanted to do a makeup video today. And those of you who, my skincare fans, don't worry, we will be doing the skincare video tomorrow for microcurrent, okay? But I do have a couple of other new products that arrived that we will play with in this video, but the look is focused on this. Now, I do have the 2 single eyeshadows coming in, and once those come in, I like to keep this over my colors so it keeps them safe and protected. I will do another video and we will focus on using those shadows on the eyes. We may throw some of this on the eyes with those too, and we will definitely be using this on the cheeks, okay? So stay tuned for that video because we have more new makeup coming in. And then after that, I might have to take a break because I have to tell you, these spring releases that are showing up here in January are killing me. They're all so gorgeous so far. And then Guerlain just released their spring collection, which I'm going to hold off on that. That's not really something that I'm interested in. Chanel and Dior's releases are what caught my eye. This for blush, this broke my no blush buy. I gotta tell you, I don't know how I can keep myself from not buying blush. I just love it so much. Same thing with bronzer. I love all makeup. So enough of me rambling. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and also subscribe if you are new here. Thank you for those of you who continue to leave me comments, subscribe to my channel, show me all the support and love. I love you so, so much. I love all of you no matter what. But those of you who are truly here and support me, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It truly, truly makes my day and shows me that I am, I have to continue on here. We are going to be hitting 8 years on the channel next month, and I can't believe it. That went by so fast. So anyways, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and I will let you guys head into the makeup video. See you soon. Mwah. Bye. Aloha everyone, and welcome to this video. So we are gonna base this makeup look off the Rouge Noir Confidence palette. I was gonna hold off on doing this video until next week when I had the other eye colors in, but I decided that I wanted to do this video today because this is a limited edition. And in case you're interested in it and you're on the fence, you could see the look that I created with this yesterday in my updates video. We are going to recreate that look with this palette. So this palette is so gorgeous. It's made in Italy and it is limited editions. Chanel comes out with these oversized palettes every year in a different color story. And here is the color story. Now, if you love pinks, mauves, berries, this is a palette for you. For me, I think it is so gorgeous. And this is my first Chanel oversized palette. Now, I haven't purchased Chanel color products in years. I think the first time I purchased my first Chanel color product was when they came out with Rouge Noir, then known as Vamp. I think it was in the mid-90s. I was doing a show. I used to be in choir and I used to do plays when I was younger in my high school and middle school years. And I met a really good friend when I used to work at Paramount's Great America. Yes, I used to work at an amusement park when I was in high school in the summers. I met her and we were just like the dynamic duo, and she was a year behind me, and her senior year of her high school, she had a talent show, and we were both into Madonna then, and I think we were doing a Vogue dance routine for her talent show. And the look was kind of like the Robert Palmer back in the day, where we had our hair all slicked back in a bun. And the main focus of our look was our Rouge Noir nails and lips. But since then, I haven't, dabbled into Chanel makeup except for their foundation. And when I saw this palette, I knew I had to have it. I was on the fence about it. Now, my only regret with this collection is I just didn't purchase pretty much everything when it was released. I just purchased this palette, and I'm kicking myself for not, jumping on the 2 single eyeshadows sooner. Those will be here probably before the 15th. I'm kicking myself for not picking up the lipstick in the shade number 357. It is a berry mauve color, and I have a similar buxom lip gloss here that would mimic that lipstick, but it is a lip gloss, and these buxom lip glosses don't really jive well with my lips anymore because they are pretty minty and it dries out my lips. I did pull this out. This is in Berry Spritz, and this was a limited edition, but I have an idea because I did pick up the Clinique Black Honey mascara and the lip liner. I thought this was an eyeliner, but I accidentally ordered the lip liner. I did wear it as an eyeliner yesterday, and it worked really well. And this is the closest thing that I can dupe for the Rouge Noir lip liner and, eyeliner and mascara. I have been searching and I cannot find these in stock, along with the one lipstick that I truly want. Now, I am not interested in the Balm Essentiel stick, which is in the shade pink. It looks pretty, but I know I won't use that product. I'm not interested in the Rouge Noir lipstick because it is too dark for me, and I know I will never wear that lipstick. But however, I am going to use this Clinique Black Honey lip liner today with the Dior On Stage or Rouge On Stage shiny lipstick in the color 185 Ultimate Pink. And we're going to see how that turns out, because these are still available and we might be able to dupe that lipstick in the number shade 357. Not completely dupe it, but possibly dupe it. So this palette, made in Italy. Now, I believe these are baked powders and they are hard pressed. So what I found works best for these is a natural hairbrush like Reffers. Reffers are my #1 brushes in my collection, by the way. Second runner-up would be BK Beauty, the Nikki LaRose collections. She has 2 volumes of her brushes, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 is sold separately. You don't have to buy the full set. And then Volume 2 is only sold in a set right now and will be available here, I would say, in the coming weeks as individual sales. Now, I would say one must-have brush from Volume 1 is her concealer brush. This is my favorite brush from that collection. I love all the Nikki LaRose brushes. I would say they're the best out of all the BK Beauty brushes that I own, and they're my favorite. And BK Beauty is starting to become mass-produced, and I've had a couple of friends who've had issues with their brushes cracking and flaking off right here. I did have that issue with one of my brushes from Volume 1. It was like at the 2-year mark. It was a I think it's this one. It's the N15 brush. One of the sides here, right here, it flaked and chipped off. So what I did is I just took a black Sharpie and then I coated it in clear nail polish so it doesn't, you know, completely ruin the brush. But BK Beauty does have really good customer service, and you could reach out to them and, you know, get this brush exchanged. But I've had it for 2 years. And it happened at the 2-year mark, so I didn't bother to reach out for it because these brushes are well loved. And I'm pretty good with my brushes, but I've had a couple of friends who've had their other BK Beauty brushes with the red handles. All of them are starting to crack right here. So, but anyway, so our makeup look is going to focus on this. So I also picked up the Prada setting powder here. Now, I just purchased the refill, and I have like four or five of these compacts, you know, from eyeshadows and the 2 highlighters that I just popped it in here for the video. I have to get another one of those palettes that I can stick my Prada palettes in there and keep them safe. And then I did order a Prada lipstick. This is in their monochrome soft matte in the color... We're not going to use this today, but we will try this on. I tried it on last night, and I have mixed feelings about it. So this is the shade B101 Tipolo. So this is their blur monochrome matte. That is the blurring one, the soft blur. And this is a refillable lipstick, by the way. So here is the color. Now, one thing I will say is I do not like the scent of this. The color is really, really pretty. It looks like my lips. So this is like a true nude for me. But the fragrance that they put in this, I could taste it and it's awful. It's worse than the fragrance in here. The fragrance in here actually does not bother me. At first, when I started using this, it did bother me. But this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get used to it. But how you refill it is you just pull it out like this, and then you can buy the refills and, you know, keep the case and put in your color of choice, and then you just snap it back in, and then the cap is magnetic. Pretty packaging. It matches the rest of their makeup, but that fragrance in this, whew, I don't know if I'm going to be able to bear with it. But once I get my foundation on, we will play with that lipstick. And then, so I am going to use the Prada Reveal foundation, but first I'm going to prep my eyes with the Prada Concealer. So I am in the shade LN3, and I have been loving this concealer. What I notice is a little bit goes a long way. It is self-setting, and it's a very thin formula, very easy to work with. For me, it does blur and smooth out my skin texture. But I will say, if you have dry under eyes, dry, dehydrated under eyes, it's going to emphasize that texture. So you want to prep your under eyes really, really well. And I will tell you, like Nikki LaRose, she has a couple of videos on how to get your best foundation and how to prep your under eyes. What I did for my skin today, and these are what I love for a good makeup day. And if you have a special event, or if you need your makeup to look really, perfect, I love this mask from Beauty of Joseon. This is the Ground Rice and Honey Glow Mask. So this is a beautiful mask for all skin types. I love it for a special event to prep my makeup. And then I love to also go in with the Anua 70 Plus Rice Glow Milky Toner. If you have dry, this is great for all skin types, but if you have really dry skin, I would recommend the Haru Wonder Black Rice Probiotic Essence. That one is really good because these are very hydrating and they're going to balance out your moisture levels of your skin, plump up and smooth out that texture. When your skin is dehydrated, it looks crepey. You could see all your pores and you can see all your wrinkles. You need to focus on ingredients that are going to plump that skin, and rice is one of those. Honey is another one as well. Now, another thing is if you're seeing a lot of texture in your under eyes, it's a sign that you're losing the volume there. And what's going to contribute to that texture and that volume loss is any products that have caffeine in it. Caffeine will dehydrate your skin, cause that texture. It'll also dehydrate the tissues that are underlining because it constricts the blood vessels and it moves out the fluid that's pulling in here. If you have like purples and blues right in here, that's usually your blood that's pulling in here, causing that darkness, and the skin is thin so you can see that. If you have like eye circles that are hereditary, nothing is going to get rid of that darkness, unfortunately. But what caffeine does is it constricts the blood vessels and it moves out that fluid in the under eye region or anywhere that you put it on your skin. People like to use it for redness because when you have redness in the skin like I do here in my cheeks, it means my blood vessels are dilated and the blood is just shooting right to my cheeks. In the wintertime, I get really rosy on my cheeks due to the cold and warm. I'm constantly in and out of it. And when I'm active, my cheeks get really, really rosy too. Like when I work out, my face is red for like 2 hours afterwards. And I did work out today. So, if you have caffeine in your products, I would suggest limiting the use of them. You got to watch out for your concealers. You got to watch out for your eye creams, okay? It is not good for your under eyes. It will cause volume loss. It will dry out the skin and it looks dehydrated, crepey. You're going to see all the lines under your eyes. I went through this recently and I am slowly restoring my under eyes. And what has been a game changer for me is using Adipo to help restore the volume underneath my eyes, to help eliminate the darkness and the crepey texture. This and the Calisum, the pink professional serum, I will put it right there. Those are game changers in helping to restore the volume and the texture around my eyes. Now, if I am dehydrated internally, if I have not gotten sleep, or if I'm stressed, I will see that texture no matter what concealer I use. Also, another thing too is I am going through perimenopause. I am 48, almost 49. And so my skin is different pretty much every day. I got to tell you, it goes like this, because I'm really sensitive to stress these days since I have been going through perimenopause, and it's just really making my life hell. But I am trying to, balance out, everything. And I have found some things that have been working for me. But every once in a while, I do get these slumps where I have super low energy. And I go through a depression. I get really, really blah feeling, and I'm trying to not feel that way. And I notice what makes me feel that way is people around me watching the news, jumping on Facebook or Instagram. So one of my main goals this year is to really protect my peace and eliminate those things. Like tonight, we're going to get ready for this dinner I'm going to go to. Hopefully these people don't watch my channel. I don't think they do because they're kind of, I don't know. So these aren't my friends. They're my husband's friends. They used to be my friends, but not anymore because they've changed and they're more about material things, gossiping about people in the friend group and everything. It's a very toxic, a lot of drama. And during COVID, I decided to eliminate those people in my life because they were bringing me down. But however, every once in a while, we gotta go. My husband, I didn't want to go tonight, and he's making me go. He says, do it for him. And for me, what I'm gonna do is I already did my block therapy. I did my workout to help relieve my stress levels, and I'm going to go and do some meditating. I recently downloaded the audiobook of The Secret. It was recommended to me by a friend. So I'm getting involved in that series. And when I listen to that book, it really gives me some calming, vibes. So I got to protect my peace and I got to start, thinking more positively and not negatively. So I'm going to say everything's going to go well tonight. But that's enough of that. This is Chatty. So we're going to go into the Prada Reveal Foundation. I am in the shade MN Medium Neutral 45. This is maybe a little bit too dark, but I want to revisit this with the Prada Concealer and the Prada Powder. Now, next week, this coming week, my Chanel Concealer should be coming in. We'll pair it with the Chanel number 1 Day Chanel foundation, along with the 2 eyeshadow singles from the Rouge Noir collection, and this as a cheek palette. And I'll give you an update on the Armani foundation here in a bit. So I'm gonna take 1.5 pumps of this foundation. I like to warm this up between my fingers, and with my foundations, I do prefer to apply them with my hands. That's just me. I know a lot of people just like this totally grosses them out, but this is what works best for me. I apply it with my hands or my fingers, and then I'm going to work this foundation in with a beauty blender. So I would say this could be a light to medium to a medium foundation. This is a soft matte and it does have some radiance to it. I prepped my skin well for this. I don't find that this foundation is drying, but if my skin is dehydrated, it can enhance my wrinkles. And that's another reason why I like to use a beauty blender with my foundation, especially if you're mature and you have dry skin. It helps with keeping your foundation, puts more moisture back into the skin, so it doesn't cling to that texture or enhance it. And it adds a bit more glow. And then when you're using a damp beauty blender, it does kind of lift up some of the coverage of the foundation. So this is giving me a nice light to medium coverage, which this is my preferred. When I'm looking for a foundation, I like light to medium, and this foundation does that for me. Now this is fragrance. It's the same fragrance that's in the highlighter, in the powder, and in the concealer, but I would say out of their products that have the fragrance in it, the concealer is the least fragrance product. Okay, so we're gonna put that off to the side, and then I am going to set my eyelids. Now for my eyelids, even though this, I believe, I can't find anywhere where this concealer says it's a self-setting concealer, but the way it sets down on my skin, it is a self-setting concealer. But I just love how this smooths out the texture of my eyelids like Crepiness, where are you? So I'm going to go in with the Sephora Blur It Powder in the Brightening Pink. And I hope you prepared yourself for a nice long video. And I want to say thank you to everyone that watches my makeup videos. I love you so much. I love you all so much anyways, but the support has just been so wonderful out here with my makeup videos lately, and I truly appreciate you because just like skincare, I love makeup. Makeup is what got me into skincare. All right, so now we're ready for the Rouge Noir palette. And, oh, you know what? Before I go into that, let's try on the Prada lipstick in the shade, I think, what did I say? B101 Tipolo. Okay, let's try this on. I did prep my lips earlier with my Iota Tache lip treatment, pistachio latte lip treatment. Now, the tip of this is very interesting. So you got the triangle on this side, and then this is a flatter tip. So I'm going to go in. Oh, and the bullet is embossed right here, or stamped with Prada. And then it's got this textured pattern all the way around it. So I'm going to go in with the triangle side, and I'll do half of my lip. So it is an awkward way to put on the lipstick, but this color is really pretty. So here's half. And then it gives the lips sort of a blurred appearance, and then you can blur it out, and then you can also use this as a blush. That's why I was attracted to these monochrome blur lipsticks, is because you can use them as a blush too. So as you can see, my lips but better. Pretty. I love the color. It feels good on my lips. Like I said, it's the fragrance, but now this is my second time testing it. I think I can get over the fragrance, so I am going to keep it. Okay, so I'll leave that on for right now. Oh, maybe I should take it off. No, I'll leave it on for right now. Okay, so let's get into our eye look. So here we are going in with the Rouge Noir Confidence palette. And I'm going to start out with this light mauve blush here. So let me grab my brush. I'm going to grab my one of my Reffer brushes. Let's see, which one am I going to use? I'm going to use Reffer 04, and I used this yesterday. So this is a very light color, and you want to just, take that in mind when you're going in with this. I'm not getting any kick up from the pan. And what I did yesterday is I just put this in my crease contour all the way up to my brow bone here, and I'm leaving this space open. So when these face palettes come out, I'm going back into that color, and we're gonna do the other side. I like to usually do like a gradient eyeshadow look like I do with the Hourglass palettes. This is where that Brun rose, I think, would come in. I think it would be pretty in the crease. And if you don't want to put this mauve shade in your crease, you can always go in with a soft bronzer, like the Dior Forever Nude matte bronzers would be pretty. Okay. Hopefully this comes out, because this is going to be my makeup for this evening too. So I did get a little bit of creasing on my eyelids yesterday when I wore this, but not much. Okay, so now we have that soft matte on. Now we're going to go into this warm sienna shade that has like a pink shift to it. This is the warmest color in the palette, and it's the deepest shade. It's not going to be for everyone. This is what it looks like on my brush. Now I did pick up a bit of this. It's pretty pigmented, but just so you know that it is pigmented. So if you are going to apply it to your cheeks, take that into consideration. So what I'm doing is I'm putting this into my socket on, and then on that first fold of my mobile lid. Okay. Grabbing a little bit more and doing the same thing with this eye. Going into the socket and onto that first fold of my mobile lid. See, that is a pretty color. I think I could wear this as a blush for sure. And the brush I'm using is a Rephr Shodo 00. The first one was a Shodo 04. Next, I am gonna go into a Rephr 02, and I'm gonna grab this beautiful highlighter. This has such the most beautiful pink iridescence to it. And I'm going to apply that to that open space that I have on my lid and a little bit over that warm sienna shade. Okay, we're gonna do that again. I probably should have used a Rephr 21 brush for this. I think it would have been better, but this is fine. I needed something that's a little bit more flexible. I might do that again. I might grab that Rephr 21 brush. I love this for applying my shimmery shadows. So I'm going in with some more of this, and I'm just going to really put this on that lower lid just to really make it pop. So just so you know, this palette is not vegan. There is carmine in it. I found that out. And carmine are, I believe they're beetles that they crush up to get, you know, red and purple pigments. Okay, so there we go with that. So next, I'm gonna take my Rephr 14 brush, and we're gonna go into the very beautiful fuchsia or berry shade here. And this looks like it's gonna be dark, but it's not. So here it is, and you could pair these two together and it's really pretty. We're gonna do that today. So I'm gonna take that shade and I'm just going to put that here a little bit on the outer corner of my eye. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna grab this A502 from BK Beauty, and I am just going to kind of blend and soften the edges of that mauve color in my crease. Okay, so here is what we have for the eye look so far. Okay, I am going to take some of that warm sienna color and kind of deepen it a little bit right here to match the other side. And now we're gonna go in with the liner or the lip liner as a liner. All right, so this is gonna be interesting. All right, so one thing I don't like about this is once you twist it up, you can't twist it back down, it looks like. Yeah, no. Okay, So I don't know how that is for their regular liner. So I am just going to take this and I am going to line really tightly my upper lash line. And then I'm going to take it, meet it at the corner, and lightly line my outer corner here. And you have to work fast with this because this sets down pretty fast. So you can apply a little bit more pressure and it will be a little bit deeper. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I am going to take a smudger brush, and this is a Nikki N12, and I am going to smudge that on my upper line and then here on my lower line a little bit, just to soften it. Okay, now I'm gonna do that same thing to the other side. So I gotta get the Black Honey eyeliner. It's a little bit darker than the lip liner, just so you guys know. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take that smudger brush and I'm just going to smudge this lip liner. I still can't believe I did that. In my rush and hurry to get this collection, I messed up and ordered a lip liner instead of a eyeliner. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is I am gonna go in with this color right here on a Nikki LaRose N21. This is from volume 2. The smudger brush I was using was from volume 2. So, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go over that liner a little bit. Okay. Don't get scared yet because I do have another thing I'm gonna do to make it look like not so hot pink. All right, so I am going to take this Natasha Denona Mini My Dream palette, and I'm gonna go in with another liner brush. Which one am I going to use? I'm going to use this Refer Shodo 06 brush, and I'm dipping into this dark brown. And I am going to place that again over that liner. To deepen it and to take down some of that pink. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into the Nikki LaRose smudger and really smudge that into my lash line. So this lip liner, because I went in with a light hand, it didn't quite come out how it did yesterday. The Black Honey eyeliner isn't going to be this like sort of hot pink color. It's going to be more of a brown. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the Rouge Noir palette, and we're going to grab the highlighter in here. And I'm going to go grab my Refer 21 brush. And I'm going to go over that same spot I initially applied it to give it some more brightness here. This looks really, really pink, right? Okay, so what I need to do is I need to go in with this mauve shade and even out this eye right here and this one. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go in with my Hourglass palette, and I am going to go in with this Nikki LaRose N20S brush, and I'm going to grab the Soft Light finishing powder here on this brush, and I'm just going to focus that on my brow bone and the edges of this soft mauve color here. So pretty. Okay, right on. Now we're ready for concealer. And I have to tell you that this Prada lipstick, it feels really good on the lips, not drying whatsoever. So I'm going to take that off. Okay, and then now let's do the concealer underneath my eyes. So I like to apply this one eye at a time because it is sort of that, I think it's self-setting. And then what I like to do is take it up into the inner corners of my eyes here. And then where I need the most coverage, I just tap it in. And then I gently back and forth will take it underneath my eyes to clean up my eyeshadow, and then blend it out. Clean up my eyeshadow, my liner, and then come back and give it, the eyes right up here, a bit of a lift. Okay. I may have slightly applied too much of that concealer. So, but that's okay. As long as it doesn't bring out the texture underneath my eyes. This one I need more coverage because this is my bad eye where it's hollow, really hollow right there. It doesn't look bad today because late this week I've had like the best sleep, except for last night. I got the lowest sleep score. I only got like 6 hours of sleep last night, but somehow I have the most energy today. On the days where, you know, I get 7, 7.5, 8, I have lower energy. So those of you who are into skincare devices, did you see that Zip released a new Halo 2.0, and they sort of redesigned it? They have a plug now where the charge port is. Yeah, I think that Zip needs to send the new Halo to everyone who's returned their Zips or had issues several times with the original Halo, in my opinion. And they say that they made it stronger. I don't know about that. They really should have pulled the original Halo off the market. But in my opinion, I think that they need to refund everybody their money for the original Halo. What do you guys think? or not refund them, but send them a new halo to where they would not refund the money. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to go back in this palette and I need to grab that very pretty berry shade and add a little bit more to this eye to match this eye. Just right here. I'm actually going to take that and actually kind of flip it out right here. So this actually is not the Chanel spring collection. They are coming out with another spring collection in February. This is more of their winter collection, just so you guys know, I found that out. Okay, so that's it for the eyes for right now. Let's go in with the Clinique Black Honey Mascara. This actually is not my favorite mascara because it doesn't give me enough volume. But I want to do it for this video. I don't have a lash primer. I really need a black mascara, I think, for this look. But what do I do? Oh, shoot. I need a black mascara. I'm sorry, guys. In our next video, I will try this on for you, but I need a black mascara for this. And I'm going to go in with my Colfie Batty Lash. This is my favorite mascara. I'm still waiting for Brun to come out. So this is a tubing mascara, and this is a new tube. I need my best lashes for my dinner tonight. I just think like using the Black Honey, because it doesn't give me enough volume right now because it is brand new. It's just not going to give me the lashes I want for this makeup look. I need my lashes to be a bit darker, more volume. So we'll say a little bit more dramatic. And I don't have a lash primer to help with volume in my lashes because I use tubing mascara for the most part. So I think in order to make that Black Honey mascara for me, I need to give it like a couple more uses of it being open to really build up the volume, and then or also get a lash primer for it. I do like the color, but I just need more volume. So I really wanted to get the Chanel Rouge Noir mascara, but I was kind of scared to get that because people were saying it's a dry formula and it dries out pretty fast. And I think that mascara is $55 or $53. And it's limited edition. What if I love it and I can never get it? And what if I get it, I love the color, I don't love the formula, and I want to wear it more and it dries out and I won't be able to get it again. I'd rather search for a dupe. I think like if the Rouge, it looks like the Rouge Noir liner and mascara are a hit with the color, they should make that color available in their permanent mascaras, or maybe their top selling mascara formula, in my opinion, because it's definitely a color that looks really, really pretty, and I'm sure people would want to wear it, you know, pretty much on a daily basis. Okay, so there we are with the lashes. Wow, I haven't worn black mascara for such a long time. It's like kind of shocking. All right, let's do a skin check really quick. Skin looks flawless. Let's go in with my contour and my bronzer. I think maybe what I'll do is I will do this off camera so it doesn't make the video so long. So I will be okay, right back. So I am bronze and contoured, and what I went in with was my Dior Forever contour stick in 01 Light, and then their new bronzing balm stick in shade 02 Soft Fair. Love those. And then I did put a little bit of the Prada Concealer right here and down the bridge of my nose to brighten. And then I went over with some of the Dior bronzer right here, and I did contour my nose. Alrighty, so now we're ready for powder. So we're gonna go in with the Prada powder. But first, what I do like to do with these self-setting concealers is I like to go in with the Hourglass finishing powder. And my favorite one is Soft Light, which you could get the shade, I think, in volume 2 of their ambient lighting trio powders that's always available at Sephora and Ulta and Hourglass. So I just like to take that and very lightly put that underneath my eyes. And then now let's go in with this Prada powder. Now, this has the same fragrance as the highlighters. It's strong, but what I find that this doesn't linger on me and it doesn't bother me. So I'm gonna try a BK Beauty 104 brush with this powder. And I heard that this is like the, like their same creamy texture as their highlighters. This does have squalene in it, by the way. Okay, so I'm just going to use this all over because that's what I do, is I set all of my foundation. Now, this isn't supposed to be drying on the skin. It's supposed to give you a, like, mattify the skin, but the radiance still shines through and it won't dry out your skin. And I have to say, so far, I really, really like that a lot. Wow, that's pretty. And it's supposed to help with brightening too, by the way. Wow. As a first impression, that powder is gorgeous. Wow, so pretty. Okay, we might have a new favorite powder. We will see. All right, I am going to put that away now, and now we're ready for the blush. So for the blush, what I'm going to do is I am going to go in with this Rephr Shoto 05, and I am dry cleaning this brush, and I am going to go in with this berry shade here, or fuchsia, and grab some of that on my brush. Okay, here we go. And then I'm gonna take that color and put it more towards the back of my cheeks. Grab some more, do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Very, very pretty shade. Now, for the most part, these two shades right here, they look like a matte, but they also have like sort of a sheen to them. This one definitely is more of a shimmery blush. It has some shimmer in it, but not like a chunky glitter shimmer. And then of course, this is going to be, you know, glowing like a highlighter. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some more of that fuchsia shade, and we're gonna go in for just a little bit more. Okay. So pretty. I was worried about this blush on my cheeks, and it's so pretty. That is like the perfect bright pink for my skin tone. Now I am just dry cleaning my brush, and we are going to go in this beautiful mauve shade. Now this one is light, and you have to kind of dip your brush in there unless you have a denser brush or a natural hair brush. It picks it up really nicely. Wow, it's so pretty. Yeah, I am going to get such great use out of this palette. And this is not only pretty for, you know, winter, like late winter, you know, for Valentine's Day when we're thinking of wearing all the beautiful pinks. And this is sort of a darker pink color story that, you know, looks pretty in fall, winter, late winter, spring. But I love me pinks all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna let my cheeks settle down with that blush, go do my hair, and then we will come back and finish off the rest of this makeup look. I have to do this because my skin, my cheeks, you know, I do have a lot of broken capillaries there. Not as much now. The Derm laser really helped that, by the way. But when I touch my cheeks, they're reactive to touch, so the blood just shoots right there, and it always makes me look like I'm over blushed. So I have to let my cheeks settle, and then once they calm down, I have to reassess my blush situation, and then I usually have to go in with a little bit more. So I will be back, and we'll finish off the rest of this makeup look. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, I'm back. I blew out my hair. Did I tell you guys how in love I am with the Sharp Glossy? Holy moly. That is the best blow dryer brush ever created. Love, love, love. All right, so my blush looks good for right now, but what I need more of is some powder. And what did I do with my powder? Here it is. I noticed that I'm getting a little bit dewy, so I'm gonna apply a little bit more powder. And we're going back in with that Prada powder, and it's because I prepped my skin with extra hydration today because it's so cold here and dry. And I'm using a soft matte foundation, so I wanted to go in really lightly with the powder. And then I think I need to touch up my bronzer. So let's go in with the Dior, what is this? Not the medium, yeah, medium matte forever nude bronzer, and bronze me up a little bit because I feel like I did take away some of that bronzing balm a little bit with my powder down. So we're gonna go into this, and I'm just going to touch that up. So what are your guys' favorite Chanel products? I have to say, I love this palette. I think it is so, so pretty. So, so pretty. Okay, I think we're good with the bronzer. And I am going to now go back into the soft mauve blush here. Just give my cheeks a little bit more. These blushes do have a slight glow to them. They don't enhance the texture. They're just really pretty. Really pretty formula. I'm impressed, I have to say. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the highlighter. But first, let me put my brow gel in. So I did pre-prep my eyebrows before I started this video in the beginning with my Kosas Brow Pop Nano Brow Pencil in soft brown. And since tonight I have a dinner and I'm going for more of a glam look, I do go in and with the eyebrow pencil, and I'll do that at the start of my makeup, but at the end of my makeup, when I'm done bronzing and powdering, I go in with my tinted brow gel Just so I do this at the last part of my makeup, because if I do it in the beginning, you know, powder and stuff gets, you know, in my brows, and this just gives my brows a fresher look. Okay. One thing I was thinking I could do is I could go over my lashes with that Clinique Black Honey mascara and see what that does. I'm going to go back in with my brow pencil really quick, and I'm just going to fill in a gap that I see here. Like, it's like right here. Okay. Alrighty. So far, without applying the lipstick, this eye makeup is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. So pretty. Oh, Sephora Coconut liner in my waterline. To help brighten my eyes. Okay. Oof, my eyes look aqua. Like these types of tones, like berries, fuchsias, plums, some mauves, they make my eyes turn an aqua color. All right, now we're ready for this highlighter. So I'm gonna use the new Rephr 2609. This is the collaboration with Andrea Ali. Can I just tell you, this brush came packaged so cute. This is the box, and then this is the rubber band that's around the box, and it's in a flower. So pretty. I'm saving that box because it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go into this highlighter, grab it on this brush, and take it on this cheek. Oh, that is so pretty. I love the pink iridescence to this. Such a beautiful highlighter. It's not blingy. It's just so gorgeous. It really gives the skin this beautiful kiss of pink iridescence. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with this Nikki LaRose N23 brush, and I'm gonna go into the highlighter here. And I'm going to put that here in my inner corner. Just to brighten this area up. Man, I almost feel like maybe I should have gotten 2 of these palettes, because I know I'm going to love this palette all year long. I just love me pinks like this. This is my, for me, this is my dream pink palette, honestly. I love that we can use it on the eyes, and I love that we can use it on the face. So incredibly gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh my God, I love it. And the mirror on this is so good, by the way. All right, so I like to protect my makeup when they come with these. So I like to place this back over it. So I'm going to do that. It's just a me thing. Now let's go in for our lips. All right, so I have an idea here. Let's go in with the Clinique Black Honey mascara and put that on the tips of the lashes. It's not like anybody's really going to see the burgundy of this in the sun, because by the time I leave the house tonight, it is going to be dark. I am so impressed. I might go in with that pink highlighter shade and brighten along my lower lash line a bit. All right, so now what I am going to do, we are going to go to lips. I am going to test the Black Honey lip liner on my lips and combine it with I'm going to do a light application. So the harder you press, the more pigment you're going to get from this, and it will get deeper. So that's what I did yesterday, and it was really, really dark. And again, I messed up and picked up the lip liner instead of the eyeliner. As you see, it's getting darker. The lighter you apply it, it takes on more of that sort of reddish, pinky purple. The harder you press, the more pigment comes off, and it comes off as being a little bit more, it takes on more of a purple. Okay, so now I'm going in with my concealer brush and blending that into my lips, okay? And I'm gonna go in with the Dior number 185 Ultimate Pink, and we're gonna see if this works. This is what I'm kind of envisioning, that the lip color number 357 that I wanted, that's now sold out, would look. Yeah, this might be a perfect dupe for that lipstick, actually, you guys. So pretty, right? Oh my gosh, my head was like spinning, like, how can I dupe that color? And I think I just did it. I think I just did it. Oh, where's my other concealer brush? I forgot I used that one for my lip liner, and I don't want it to stain my lips, the outside of my lips. I think I might have duped that lip color. Maybe, maybe not. This might be just a tad bit, this color, it might be just a tad bit pinker instead of mauve-y, but I think it still looks pretty with this look. What do you guys think? So yesterday, what I did for my lips is I lined my lips with the Hung Van Gogh shade and Fill It In, which is a rosy nude. And then I went in with the Dior Rouge on Stage lipstick in the color 185, which is Ultimate Pink. And it was pretty, it was lighter, but this combination, I think, fits the blush and the overall look so much better than this one. But this combination really worked. But this combination is really, really good too. If you don't like the Chanel lip color, if it's too, well, this is pretty expensive. This is, I think, $48, and this is like $27, I believe. So, but it's not as expensive as the Chanel. The Chanel lipstick's a little bit more, but it is sold out. If you're looking for something that is similar, almost dupeable to the color 357, I think this is a good one. I think it is a good one. All right, so I'm gonna go get dressed, and I will come back and share my final thoughts on these products with you, and I can't wait. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. Hair is down. I am dressed, and here is our final makeup look. What do you guys think? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love, love, love. I cannot tell you how happy I am about this palette. This, like I mentioned, is the pink palette of my dreams. I can wear every single color in here on my eyes. Now, I am curious to try this deeper shade on my cheeks, but I think it's going to look very, very pretty. I think I can get away with this. I love these two blushes, so beautiful, and I love this highlighter. Now, the highlighter you can use as a topper over the blushes if you want some more like extra shimmering effect, but just take into consideration this one is going to be more of your shimmering blush, where these ones are kind of on the matte side, but they have a sheen to them. They look really pretty on the skin. They're blurring. I just love the color payoff of this palette. It's gorgeous. I am tempted to pick up another one, but I am going to hold off because I mean, this is something that I would personally use all year long, not just for right now or for Valentine's Day, because pink is my favorite color. This makes me so happy. When I look at this, it just gives me this beautiful, happy, like, I can't describe it. Like, I just feel so happy when I look at this because it's all my favorite colors and it's makeup. I love me some makeup. Now, I will keep my protective sheet and place it over my colors every time because I like, when my makeup comes with these, I do keep it to protect them. It does help them from, you know, getting excess moisture in there and everything. But this palette is gorgeous. Definitely, in my opinion, it's worth the splurge. I think the formula is beautiful. The color payoff is gorgeous. You can build everything in here if you need to. You can go in with a light hand. I would suggest using a natural hair brush. Love the packaging, this burgundy color with the black CCs, which you can't really see it, but it's still pretty. It's something different other than Chanel. And I am so incredibly happy that this was like my first true, you know, color pigment product from Chanel that I picked up. I love, love, love. Now, if you like the way this makeup look came out, if you love these colors, if you're my shade twin, I definitely recommend this. Now, right now, Chanel.com and Chanel boutiques are the only places where you can get this palette. It is sold out. I guess the products did go on to Bloomingdale's because when I was on Bloomingdale's this morning, when I picked, you know, to filter out the Chanel makeup products, I picked newest. I saw a couple of pieces of this collection. Like they have the 2 single eyeshadows, the Balm Essential stick, and that's it so far. I'm looking for number 357 with the lipstick. If I can find it, I will pick it up. But I will tell you, I love this lipstick combination that I'm wearing right now. I highly recommend this. I really do. I think it's gorgeous. If you love pinks, if you're my shade twin, and you like the way that this look came out, then definitely pick that up. Now for the Clinique Black Honey. So for the mascara, I am not going to judge this right now because I just opened this yesterday. So what my plan is to do is the next video I film when the eyeshadow singles from this collection come in, we will do another look, but we will focus on using those eyeshadows. We will use the Clinique Black Honey mascara. I think I'm going to get a lash primer for this mascara because I love the color and I want to use it, but in order for it to give me the type of lashes that I love, I think I need a primer for this. But I will try this throughout the week and let you guys know because it's going to probably get thicker and will build more to the type of lashes that I like, more volume. So I will keep you posted on that. Now, again, this is a lip liner. It is not an eyeliner, but I did use it as an eyeliner because I thought it was an eyeliner. So with this, you can use it as an eyeliner, but I will tell you with this, once you put it on, you cannot smudge this out. It's just there, okay? This is really long wearing. It did work for me as an eyeliner. Yesterday, I put it on too deep and I was trying to tone it down and I could not smudge it off my eyes. I do like the way I applied it yesterday compared to what I applied it, to how I applied it today. Today, I had to go over it with that dark brown eyeshadow from the Natasha Denona Mini My Dream palette, which I don't know what I did with it. The thing with perimenopause is you get, you know, your brain sometimes doesn't work. Even though I'm taking all the brain health supplements to help with that, sometimes I have my moments. I used this shade right here, which is a pretty shade and a perfect shade to use with this to kind of deepen it and give it more of that purple burgundy sort of look versus more of the red, the pinky red or hot pink look. But I will pick up the Black Honey eyeliner, and next week we will use that with the eyeshadows. I will tell you, I do love this as a lip liner with the Dior Ultimate Pink number 185 Rouge on Stage lipstick. It's pretty. It's pretty. And I think this is a dupable for $357. I kind of think it is, but this is going to be shinier, where number 57, it kind of looks like it's kind of like a satin sort of lipstick. I don't know. But if I do find that lipstick in stock, I will pick it up because I think that shade is beautiful. I should have just picked it up. So now let's talk about the Prada Concealer. This concealer I love. I love, love, love. This is my #1 favorite concealer right now. I love this formula for me, for my under eyes, how it smooths out the texture. And I will tell you, this does have a peptide complex, and I notice that when I take off my makeup after using this concealer, my under eyes do look smoother in the evenings when I'm doing my skincare. So whatever they put in this, I love it. The peptides in here, beautiful. I do have the Chanel, the new Chanel concealer coming. And that one I know is a self-setting concealer. I believe it is a little bit more coverage than the Prada. So we will test that out next week if it arrives in time for that video as well. And we will revisit the #1 de Chanel foundation. The Prada foundation, I love this foundation. I think this is a beautiful foundation. It's gorgeous. I think this is, I forgot about this foundation. And yeah, you know what? The more I play with this, the more I love it. And I have to tell you, Prada is one of my #1 brands. You know, I love all my Prada products that I have. As you guys know, I love my eyeshadows. I have all of them, all of the eyeshadow palettes except for 2. I have 2 highlighters. I now have their powder, and I have a lipstick. I have their foundation and their concealer, and I love every single product. I would say with the lipstick, my only complaint is the fragrance, but I love this monochrome soft matte lipstick formula. It is beautiful. I have to try this as a blush. As we know that Prada does not have a bronzer. They don't have a blush. I will also eventually pick up the Prada mascara, and hopefully we'll do a full face of Prada. What do you guys think? I am just really enjoying all these new makeup releases that are coming out so far for January. I am really completely like blown away about all these new releases actually, because we don't usually see new releases in January. We start seeing them in February for Valentine's Day. And I am just shocked. Now stay tuned, because I did hear from a couple creators out here that this, in fact, is not Chanel's spring collection. It is their winter collection. And they are coming out with a spring collection. So I'm very curious of to what is going to be in that collection. Because now I am hooked on Chanel, which this is all becoming very, very dangerous. But makeup makes me happy. I love playing with makeup. It just makes me feel really, really good. Makeup was my first love before skincare, just so you guys know. You know, I used to have a bigger makeup collection than I have now. Like I had pretty much every single loose mineral eyeshadow of Bare Minerals back in the day, because I used to be a huge Bare Minerals fan. But we will go into that in another time because this video is already going to be long and I don't want to keep you anymore. I love you guys so much. Please be so kind to give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and subscribe, please. I would love to have you a part of our community here if you are new. And that is all free. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I do hope to be back tomorrow with our microcurrent treatment. So I will see you then and enjoy your day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, everyone.